fine for you, though. I don't want to upset anyone.
I don't mind.
Hello, MCM Glasgow. How are we? No.
Don't be
MCM Glasgow. How are we? We're there. We're there. So I am with Arryn and Cara from RWBY. They play Blake and Weiss.
Hello.
How are you both?
Wonderful. How are you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm absolutely fine. Like I said, I was a bit nervous, but I'm fine. Like, do you know what I mean? Because obviously it's a new thing for me.
Yeah.
So, are you both definitely fine? You're both absolutely cool. The fans been good with you.
Oh yeah, no, everyone's actually been really lovely.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't expecting so many people.
No.
I actually brought a book with me, being like, oh, I'm gonna read something or like learn my lines for something, and then
Really?
we haven't stopped since. We actually got in trouble for not getting through enough people. So it's been amazing having everyone say hi and come to see us. I wasn't expecting it.
I know, thank y'all so much. There's been so many people, and sorry if you had to wait in line. I talk a lot to fans because it's been great to see you guys, and if you got cut off earlier, I'm sorry if I'm trying to get through the lines.
No,
I love you guys. Y'all have been great.
Well, thank you guys. Basically, have you seen any Blake or Weiss cosplays around that you've been like, wow, that's on point?
I see a couple out there, yeah, for
Hello.
sure. It's been very great.
Yeah, I mean, even at the lowest end, it's still amazing
Yeah.
because I'm so rubbish. I don't mean it in that way, but I'm rubbish at doing anything creative or sewing or anything like that. So if someone can throw something together, even with their closet, it's just an amazing thing to see that someone cares so much
Yeah.
to do something like that. And
Good. So RWBY's now 3 seasons, 40 episodes, which is amazing. It's really good for a web-based series to go that far. So for those at home who don't know what RWBY is, what is it?
I like to explain it as sort of Hogwarts for hunters and huntresses.
Nice.
But there's also a bunch of like big bad Grimm in the world, just like giant monsters. Yeah, just monsters, and some of them are I don't know if I can say this yet, but like giant elephants, that kind of thing. But they're all kind of wonked out looking.
Okay.
And every weapon is also a gun.
Yeah.
It's the trademark.
Yeah. So how did you land both of your roles as voices on there?
I was actually the receptionist at Rooster Teeth when I was approached by Monty Ohm, and he had this crazy idea, and we create our own content at Rooster Teeth, and so you hear a lot of times people have an idea for a show, and you're like, okay, and you don't really expect it to become something like this, and it's amazing and humbling, and it's great. It's been a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah, literally Monty went up to me and said, I want you to do this thing. And then I did the thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm in Scotland for it.
Good. So it's the progression that's really good.
I honestly wasn't expecting it to be something large. Just like Cara said, a lot of people throw around ideas and want something amazing to happen with their show, but I was like, I didn't really think much about it. It's like, oh, this is going to be a fun project. Nothing is going to happen. It's just going to be an amazing experience. But 4 years later, we've now got a billboard in Japan. I'm in Scotland, about to go to London. Like, it's afforded me to do some amazing things and have a platform to meet some amazing people. So it's amazing.
I just got chills.
So can you tell us a bit about your characters?
Well, Weiss Schnee is, if you've seen season 1 through season 3, she's definitely progressed a lot. Her family, she's an heiress to the throne of the Schnee Company, and she's she's a nice princess type character. She's learning how to be social and to get along with everyone. Slowly, she is becoming part of her team though, and really learning how she, appreciates the team and how to work with them, which I think is something that everyone can kind of relate to a little bit. Whenever you meet new people and you gotta try to get along and coordinate with them. So. Definitely, there's definitely a lot more to come from her, though. It's exciting.
Blake's very much an introverted character. When you first meet her, she speaks very little. She's very pragmatic in what she says. A big book reader, but she's also got an incredibly complicated past, which we've finally started touching up on. And I'm really excited about Volume 4 because we're going to find out some pretty interesting things about her and where she's going and what she's doing, and I really value the fact that I get to play this character who's got such an interesting past with the segregation and oppression and that kind of thing. And I feel like it's a very relatable thing that anyone at any scale can feel. And it's so nice to be able to play a character that so many people feel very close to immediately.
So with your characters, when you first obviously was offered and you've got it, did you develop their kind of personalities and stuff like that, or was you given, say, like a script to say, look, this is what your character's going to be like?
Well, I kind of think, sorry, we're sharing a microphone.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant.
I think that once we saw the script, we were both given a brief description of our characters.
Yeah.
For me, it was one of, and sort of kind of like Weiss would do as her character. I sat and I studied the script. I literally sat in my closet and tried to portray what in my head what I thought the character would sound like, and I recorded on my iPhone actually a bunch of different voices and trying to really get it, and I listened back and I'm like, oh, I think that really captures it. But then it goes back to, oh, wait, how was that voice again? How did I do that? But it turned out really well, I think, and we develop with our characters as voice actresses.
I think Monty has had a very interesting way of developing each of the characters, because all of us kind of are like ourselves. Like, I know whenever Barbara's very punny, she's very loud and boisterous, and Lindsay's very childish and fun and always high energy, and Kara's very sassy. And Monty at the time, Monty at the time didn't know all that much about me, so Blake was a mystery to him as a character, and I was a mystery to him as a person. So I think he was very poignant in the way that he chose us. So I think we do influence our characters a bit, but we're definitely, like, the script is given to us, and some have more leeway with it than others. Like Blake, there's no way I could make something up, because she doesn't talk much to begin with.
Did you feel you've developed your characters as you've gone along through the 3 seasons so far?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't even watch the first season anymore because I just want to fix everything.
Yeah. What would you like to fix?
Oh, I just know how much better all of us can do. Like, how far we've come in talent, and how far the show's come in just visuals.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing thing. For season 4, they've changed from Poser to Maya. So the show actually has gotten visually more beautiful because of it. Yeah.
And we also have some new outfits.
Oh, there you go. So, do you have, like, obviously with a new season being written, do you have any input as the writers are writing? Do they call you up and be like, look, we've got this for Blake, we've got this for Weiss? Do you think that a bit, or is it just literally straight scripted and be like, read?
It is definitely scripted. There's a couple things where it's all scripted as far as that goes. However, there are some things where, I think there was one line, and it's not a spoiler, where it was written that Weiss says a bajillion. And as y'all know, Weiss is very proper, and in my head I'm thinking, no, she would never say a bajillion, that's not a word. So, I changed it to billions. So just little tiny tweaks like that. But as far as, the overarching plot, no, that's all. I mean, I'm no writer, certainly.
No.
So.
I do think more characters have a bit more leeway with the improvisational stuff. Like RWBY. RWBY can just do whatever she wants because that's just RWBY. But someone like myself or someone like Kara, we're very limited in how much we're able to change or do because we say very little as it is. Well, we don't say little, but yeah.
So what is the process? What's like a day in recording voices for RWBY? Like, what's the process with that?
For me, I do it remotely from Los Angeles. I go into the booth and I get Skype called by Kyler, Carrie, and now Miles. And basically just do a full script read and making sure everyone knows what's happening and how I want to do something or how they want me to do something, and then we'll do a 3-pass. So it's very quick. It's maybe an hour and a half max, depending on how much we're doing. So it's not like this is an insane process for us or anything like that.
Okay.
It's about the same for Arryn, although I do go into Rooster Teeth and I record in the booth there. A lot of times people ask if we're all in the same room together when we record, and no, we record individually.
Okay.
And that's something that I think has gotten easier over the years because now reading the script, like I hear Arryn as Blake when I'm going through, so it's a lot easier to react naturally, knowing the cadence and how each personality is of all the characters.
Yeah. So what do you both like about your characters?
I like the combat skirt.
I really enjoy the fact that she has such a complex and deep history, and it's such a relatable one as well, because, I mean, when I was a kid, I had problems with people not really accepting me for who I was. Right. So I appreciate the fact that this is a character that is stronger for that, and a lot of people are able to see her and identify with her and make themselves stronger as a person. Yeah. I also like the fact that she reads a lot, because I hadn't been doing that, and she kind of whipped my bum into gear, being like, all right, Arryn, let's sit down and read a book again. So.
Nice.
Well, if we're going to go that deep, aside from the combat skirt, I do identify with the fact I went to a private school for 10 years before I went to a public school in 8th grade. Okay. So the part of kind of making new friends and coming into a new group and understanding how different personalities work together, that is something that I can definitely identify with her, and that's something that she's learning and progressing, and I think that that's something that a lot of people can relate to, being the new one.
Yes. So what would you change about your characters for the better? What would you think, like, that's one element, I'd like to bring that up to the forefront and be like, I'm going to change that, and that will be really good for her storyline and the way the story would be going?
I don't know if I like the way that they have it. I hate to change anything.
You wouldn't want to change anything. You like the way the story's driven and it's run.
Yeah, I really like how everything has gone, and it has been a bit of a slow process, obviously. Like for season 1 and 2, it's a bit of character introduction and kind of world building, and now we're finally getting into the narrative of it. So it has taken a bit of time to do that. But in terms of my character, I don't think that there's much I would change. I mean, we could say that I wish that they would figure things out quicker. But they're still 17.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
they're still in the age of learning themselves and learning how to be better and work through things that they're going through. So there's not really much I could change because they're still learning themselves.
So one last question before we take some questions from our audience. What's your favourite costume on your character?
The new one.
The new one.
New one. Like a pirate, almost.
Yeah.
I like the new one, but I also love the snow pea coat. And I saw someone wearing that earlier. It's awesome. It's like kind of Weiss's casual outfit. It's a pea coat and it's all white, and I really want one. I would totally wear it in real life.
Sick. So, guys, questions from the audience. Put your hand up. I'll come out to you. Oh, guy over here straight away. What's your name?
Kieran.
Question?
Who do you think would win in a fight between Weiss and Blake?
Why would we fight each other?
Please.
Because it'd be awesome.
Because we would.
Well, clearly I'd say Weiss, and I assume you'd say Blake, so we're not biased or anything, right?
Would it be a draw then, a straight draw?
No, Weiss would win.
Oh, okay. Anyone else? Next question. Guy here, stand up for me, please.
Hey guys. So, who's your favorite teacher at Beacon Academy?
Eberle.
Eberle, for sure.
Straightforward there. Any more questions? Guy here, stand up, please. What's your name?
Hiya. Were you guys made aware before the end of season 3 about Pyrrha's fate, and how did you guys react to that?
We've known since day one that, I don't know what I should say, but we've known since day one about that. And if you really look into... Oh, it's gone now. Nope, just kidding, it's back. If you really look into the story of who Pyrrha is based off of, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Okay. Another question, guys, this side. Or here. Stand up. Yeah, that's it. What's your name?
Johnny. Hiya. Was there any one line or scene that was particularly challenging to film or to voice act?
So far, I think actually during the first season when Weiss is talking about her past and her family and how hard it was growing up, that was the first time for me voicing Weiss, really coming across as genuine and having heartfelt feelings and emotion. That was something that was new, so that was definitely challenging. It's gotten easier, obviously as we've progressed, but that's definitely one of the most challenging scenes I've had to do.
I know this doesn't really help, but the last scene that I recorded for Volume 4 was probably the hardest thing I've done because there were so many beats to hit that it was just such an insane emotional roller coaster that I've never had to do it all of those so quickly. So yeah, something that's coming up.
Okay. Nice. So anyone, one more guy here right next to me. What's your name, sir?
It's Daniel. I was wondering, is there any point that you've motion captured your own action or tried to and then decided not to do it?
Motion capture? Oh. They've asked me to do motion capture for something, but I didn't do it. I don't remember why. I think it was either something that like would be no different than what anyone else could do, or I wasn't available. But it would have been fun.
I didn't do the motion capture specifically, but I do remember telling Monty when he had initially approached me about playing Weiss is I used to be a gymnast, and I said as long as she can do backflips and back handsprings, we're okay.
Nice.
And it was great. It turned out well.
So one final question from me. What is the future for both of you, and when can we expect season 4?
Season 4 will be released October 22nd. Woo! I would do the math on that, but I can't do it that quickly.
The future as us as people, or the future of us?
Future,
as,
yeah,
like,
individual. You buy like basically what are you going to be up to away from this?
I am currently back and forth to Vancouver and Los Angeles doing the audition scene.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing. So maybe television show. That'd be pretty nifty.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah, doing auditions for that secret stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm still auditioning for a couple of different voiceover parts, and I'm also a full-time executive assistant at an animation studio in Austin called Powerhouse Animation. They do awesome work with Nickelodeon and Disney, and so hopefully just keep going up the animation ladder,
That's
right?
it, yeah, creation. That's what it's all about.
That's great.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
No, thank you. So remember, guys, at home, if you like the stream, if you like any of our content on MYM Buzz, then please give us a thumbs up. Also, subscribe as well. Thank you very much to you both. A round of applause. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
That was quick. Thank you, guys.